On the morning of my 80th birthday, I woke to the same soft light filtering through the curtains, the same familiar hush that has greeted me for the last 40 years. Outside the window stood the cherry blossom tree Leslie planted when we first moved in. A slender sapling back then, all promise and upward reach. Now it's old and slightly crooked, its bark worn, and its trunk leaning gently to one side. But it still blooms, defiantly, every spring. Delicate pink blossoms appear like a whisper of memory, resilient against time. I sat at the edge of the bed and whispered his name, as I do every morning, just one syllable, breathed into the silence. Leslie. It doesn't need to be loud. It only needs to be said. 80. The number didn't land heavily, like a final milestone or a countdown clock. It landed softly, like snow, not cold, but quiet, settled. I don't feel old in the way the world often paints it. I feel full of years, yes, but also full of stories, faces, voices, laughter, grief, surprises, regrets, miracles. My knees ache when I get up too fast. My handwriting has turned to a gentle tremble, but my memories, they've only sharpened, etched deep into the folds of my mind, like careful carvings in old stone. I still forget where I put my glasses sometimes, or whether I took my pills. But I can remember, with perfect clarity, the way my mother's fingers moved when she folded glutinous rice dumplings, thumb tucked, pinky pressed, a rhythm all her own. I remember how Leslie's coat smelled in the winter, soap and cedar, and how he'd drape it around my shoulders when I shivered during cold Berkeley nights. I remember Lydia's tiny fingers clinging to the hem of my skirt when she was a toddler, hiding behind me in crowded rooms. I remember Aaron's shy smile when he finally said aloud, "I think I want to be a teacher." And I remember the way Jay's eyes welled with tears, fearful, fierce, and absolutely certain when she came out to me. I told her then what I still believe: you were always meant to be exactly who you are. The details come back in waves. I remember the noise of war and the silence of blackouts. I remember the buzz of radios reporting world-shifting headlines. I remember sitting on my parents' bed as a child, hearing Cantonese lullabies and the weight of sacrifice in their every word. I remember the sting of racism, the unexpected kindness of strangers, the thrill of marching for something that mattered. I remember dumplings folded in crowded kitchens, red envelopes tucked beneath pillows, letters written longhand, the click of cassette tapes, the hum of the fax machine, the dizzying shift to email, FaceTime, self-checkout lanes, the global pandemic. I have lived through 8 decades of contradictions, joy and loss, progress and resistance, belonging and otherness, and never, not once, did I feel like I fit into one single box. But maybe that's the point. Maybe belonging isn't about a single place or a neat label. Maybe it's a mosaic, a tapestry, a mess sometimes, but a beautiful one, made of the people who choose to stay, the names we answer to, the love we return, and the stories we carry forward. I am not just Ellen. I am still Hoi Lam. I am my mother's daughter, Leslie's wife, my children's mother, my grandchildren's pawpaw. I am Cantonese. I am American. I am both. I am more. And as I sit by the window, watching the cherry blossoms shake in the wind, fragile, fleeting, and impossibly stubborn, I know this. The circle hasn't closed. It has expanded.